Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Premier League Fantasy Football and welcome to my video. In today's video, I'm going to be looking at my team, seeing how they're performing in Game Week 26. Then we move ahead to Game Week 27. Now, if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and drop a like on the video as it would help my channel out a lot. So here we go. Now, for the big double Game Week 26, I got 44 points so far. As you can see, I activated my triple captainship. I've been looking at the triple captainship, I've been looking at the bench boost, and I decided at the end to use the triple captain because it was just a better option for my team. However, above the average of 42, but there has been a number of players in my team that didn't even play. So that hurt a lot. I think if they did play, there would have been a good chance that I could have maintained the rank and got a green arrow, but I got like 40,000 red arrow. So still a lot of players left yet to play. Still got my triple captain Salah to get me more points, so could get a green arrow. That will be fantastic. But yeah, let's go through the team. So I'm around 400k. So yeah, my season isn't really going as I wanted to go. It's just like my final picks or something. It's just not working out really. So as you can see, Robertson and Trent did not play against Norwich, and that kind of hurt. I guess Trent wasn't a big deal because a lot of people own him. But for Robertson, he was one of my big differentials. You know, as you can see, he's only owned by 7.3% of FPL managers. Great fixtures as well. That didn't work out really well. Cancelo with only 1 point. I could have benched him. I think a lot of people who wildcarded, they removed Cancelo, Bowen, and players like that you know performed really well in the past, just did not perform well this game week. I kept them because you know they're such a good players. So yeah, I was not in a position to remove them. And the announcements for the double game week 28 and 29 changed everything. A lot of people wildcarded in game week 26 and a lot of people adjusted their teams, and that did not go in my favor. As you all know, I wildcarded in game week 24. I kind of like thought that, you know, holding like players like Watkins, Luka Dean and Arsenal players and stuff like that could be beneficial for me later on. And it was, you know, Aston Villa's got a double, Arsenal's got a double as well coming through. So yeah, it's just one of those things, and picking the correct players at the right time hasn't turned out well in this game week. But I still got Robertson, I got Trent, I got Cody and Ramsdale yet to play. Rafinha came off the bench and scored a goal, you know, helped out a little bit. Salah is just carrying this team. It's good that I captained him, and hopefully he can get more than 10 points in the next game against Leeds. If he can, then I will definitely get a green arrow. Cornet came off injured, but I think he should be fine against Tottenham. King there. Dennis was so highly owned and a lot of people owned him, and when he scored, my rank dropped. I think him and Saka, can you believe it? Saka and Dennis hurt my rank. Edouard didn't even play. So as you can see, like a lot of my players didn't really play, didn't really perform. So it's just one of those weeks. So I still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 basically fixtures left to turn the red arrow to green. So let's move on to game week 27. As you all know, it's a blank / double game week. Now, what I decided to do in game week 24 was to kind of like balance the team so I have like a good coverage for game week 27, you know, because I wanted to have a chance to actually hold my free hit. However, things change. A lot of things change. Now there's doubles, you know, in game week 28 and game week 29. I'm looking at that, and I'm looking at this game week, and I'm thinking to myself, what if I actually activated the free hit? How would my team look like? Which of the players would I actually remove? Well, as you can see, without any transfers, you know, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 players for this blank game week. If I remove one player, you know, have a good captain option. You know, I've got 11 players for this blank game of 27. However, do I think my team is strong enough? Well, I don't think it's strong enough because the free hit teams will probably do better than what I got. But if I can survive, I could hold my free hit and maybe use it elsewhere. Maybe use it in game week 30 or maybe hold that for another double game week or something. You know, I could do things like that. And don't forget, I've still got the bench boost to kind of help out, but it's not really ideal to use it in this game week. So as you can see, let me know in the comments below what you think. Shall I like use the free hit chip and get a whole new team? Because I could. Because if I look at this team, I don't really want King in my team against Manchester United. I don't really know what's going to happen with Edouard if he's going to continue to play. Because he's not. I don't know what's happened to him. But like a couple of like game weeks ago, he was like on form. He was doing really well. And then nothing. So that's quite unlucky. And King is just... It's just King. He's just not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Same thing with Watkins. He's getting benched now. He's not the best option right now. And he might even be benched in the next game. Just don't know. Just don't know. I guess Bowen is the player that I could keep. Maybe. Because he's highly owned. I probably would do that. Rafinha I'm not really fussed about. But Tottenham is not really a good team that will keep a clean sheet. So I could remove Rafinha. I could get another midfielder if I wanted to. Go on there. It's a player that I actually want. Look at Dean. Not really sure that he can keep a clean sheet. You know, he hasn't been performing really well. Nothing at all. So there is actually quite a lot of players. And Cody, you know, if I have Bowen, do I really want Cody in my team? I don't think so. I guess I can keep Cancelo, but then I have to look at the Champions League game. So there is a lot of players that I can actually remove and replace it with someone else that has got a fantastic fixture. So that's why, even though I have worked towards to having a team in this game week, things change and I need to adapt to that. And I think using the free hits now, getting like if I could get a really good team for this game week 27, I could get a decent green arrow because I don't think this team is strong enough. So if anyways, let's just have a look at the free hit team. So I've been playing around with livefpl.net and I've been coming up with like ideas on how my team could look like. As you can see, this is just one example of how my team could look like for a free hit. If I feel like Ronaldo or Fernandes could be benched, maybe I can go for Sancho. You know, I can go for massive differentials, go for free Burnley players. Actually, you know what? I can actually fix this up here. So let's just do that. So let's just remove. Let's just try and create the best free hit team. So as you saw on the other site was I didn't have any Spurs players, but I'm looking at that and I'm definitely looking into bringing one of the players, like maybe Son or something. So I just need to adjust a few things around. So let's just have a look at the fixtures really. We've got Southampton versus Norwich. Now, even though Norwich is doing pretty well lately, I think Southampton at home, I think, you know, this is going to be a better game for them to actually score and to do well in. And that's on a Friday night. So I'm definitely looking to triple up on Southampton players. This will be a massive differential, even though if a lot of people are using the free hit, it will still be big differentials because, as you can see, like Broja, that is 11.1, great fixture. I guess, you know, I could look into bringing him in game week 28 as well. So if I want to like fix up my team and bring in more double game week players, then he could be the one to kind of bring in. But for this game week, a lot of people will own him. So something like this. Ward-Prowse, very, very good player. Has been doing it fantastically well on free kicks, on penalties as well. Great player. And it all depends if I want a a defender from them. So I can go for Livramento, I can go for Walker Peters, I can go for someone that is nailed on like Benrack or something. Just go with him and, you know, don't risk it with others. So I could do something like this as an example. And then we got Leeds versus Spurs. So yeah, I guess from Leeds it's just Rafinha, which I'm gonna add because I'm just gonna kind of like cover every single players that I want. And if we go to Spurs, I don't really want any of their defense. Can't really rely on them. Don't really sure what's going to happen. I guess their goalkeeper could be an option, but again, I don't think they can like keep a clean sheet. So I'm just going to put Son and Kane here, which a lot of people will go for. Brentford versus Newcastle, I have no idea what's going to happen here. So that's why it's quite difficult to kind of predict. So I might go without. Maybe St. Maximin could be a player to look out for, but we will have to see. Brighton versus Aston Villa, same thing here. Not sure what's going to happen. Crystal Palace versus Burnley. Crystal Palace actually performed really well against Chelsea. So I would like at least one Crystal Palace player. And Edouard could be an option, but he's not really getting any game time. So I think I might just go for like Zaha. You know, he's back, and you know, if he's on penalties, that's fantastic. So I'm gonna pick Zaha here. And for Burnley, a lot of people are gonna go and try their best to get a lot more Burnley players. And with this, you know, I can bring in the Burnley players and I can get rid of them because I'm using the free hit, right? So I don't have to have them for long term. So I could do something like this. Bring all of the best players that is doubling. There we go. It's kind of like, as you can see, I'm kind of like sorting out the team now. And then I have to make some adjustments to make the team as I want it to be. Now, Manchester United against Watford. I think this is a great fixture for Manchester United. I don't have any Manchester United players. I don't have Ronaldo. I don't have Fernandez, and I don't really need them for long term. So if I feel like, you know, Fernandez is going to be benched, I'll get Ronaldo. If I feel like Ronaldo is going to get benched, I can get Fernandez. So, however, I'm looking at Sancho. That could be a big differential. He could be on form. I mean, he is on form. He's been doing pretty damn well lately, and it could be him to kind of shine. So if I'm looking at this, who would I really remove? Maybe I can remove Rafinha. I can go for Sancho. I could still bring in Fernandez because Fernandez is a player that will do well, but Sancho is a big differential if I wanted to try something different. And I probably would go for Maguire or, well, I was going to say De Gea, but I've got Nick Pope that's got 2 fixtures. So I think 2 fixtures instead of 1 is good. So I'll probably go for Maguire, to be honest, to try my luck on him. Hopefully he can get a goal with his head. And if we look down here, we've got Everton versus Manchester City. Don't really want any Everton players, but Manchester City is a team that I'm looking at. So Cancelo definitely. And I just have to, you know, go for it, like, and just pick one player that I think that could do well. Just need to hear that press conference from Manchester City and see who might start. As you can see, Mahrez only played 22 minutes against Tottenham. He should play the next game. There is a Champions League game, but they're winning 5-0 in the first leg. So they don't really need to bring their best players in that Champions League game. The Everton game could be a must-win to kind of like help them out. So I'm looking at Mahrez. Mahrez is a player that I'm looking at. And if he doesn't play, I've got some bench players to play. Then I'm thinking to myself, okay, which player do I have to remove then? Like, who is not needed here? Maybe Warpaus, maybe Zaha. So these are the last like decisions that I need to make. But it's all about that press conference from Manchester City. I could go for Kevin De Bruyne, and you know I can go for Foden if I wanted to, if I wanted to save some money. Now, West Ham versus Wolves, I think this is going to be a tough game. And the only player that is quite scary is not having Bowen. And for that, I could probably get away with it. So, yeah, you guys let me know what you think. So, this is how my team could look like. And as you can see, I have to make a decision of which kind of formation I want to go with. Now, if I go over Son, maybe I don't really need Kane, then I can go ahead and bring Ronaldo or something. So I'm going to just, I mean, I guess Ronaldo could be, no, he won't be benched because they're going to have the Champions League. We'll see what happens in the Champions League games, right? But I'm just going to, instead of Sancho, I'm just going to go with a team that I kind of like. Something like this. And let's start adding some players here to kind of fix the team up. Let's go for Foster because he's got a fixture. Let's add some cheap defenders that might play. So I'm just going to add any player like this for now. And I've got 10. I mean, I've got 10 million, so I could bring in Kane still. I don't know. I'll have to make a final decision. But something like this. If it's like this, maybe I'll remove Ward-Prowse and go with, you know, this team that I showed you. Actually, let me put Ward-Prowse back in. Actually, no. So it's 4.5. So let's fix that up. 4.5. Romero. There we go. There you go. So something like this, you know, if I'm going for Son and Kane, it's going to be something like this. You got the 3 Burnley players that's got double. You got a couple of Manchester City players that should do well against Everton. You got 2 Manchester United players. You got a couple of Southampton players got a good fixture at home against Norwich. And yeah, that is what I'm looking at. I could go for differentials, you know, by looking at Zaha, Ward-Prowse, and I do really like that option. So, you know, instead of Harry Kane as well, I can go for Ronaldo and switch things around instead of Song, you know, and stuff like that. So there are a couple of options. And I think this team looks so much stronger than my original team. But we will see. If there's a couple of injuries here and there, then I might not need to use the free hit. But I thought I'll mention it to you guys on what I'm thinking about. But that is pretty much it. So we still got a couple of games left. I got 1 player here. It's not enough. However, Watford and Crystal Palace, hopefully Edouard plays and King actually does well. But here is a massive game for me. You know, I got Trent, I got Robertson, I got Salah as my captain. Hopefully Salah will play and scores a couple of goals. That will be fantastic. And Rafinha is playing against Leeds. I don't really want much from him really. And for this game here, if it's a 0-0, that would be perfect. So these are the scenarios that I would want. 0-0 here. Liverpool to win 3-0. Salah scoring a hat-trick. That would be fantastic. And I'll get a green arrow. But we'll see. You guys let me know what you think. What are you thinking to do? Do you think I should free hit? Do you think I should, you know, do you think I should just go for it and attack this fixture? Because if we look at how my team might look like in game week 28, so have a look at this, right? So game week 28, if there is an announcement of Arsenal getting a double in game week 28, that would be fantastic. Because if that's the case, let's just say Arsenal gets a double, then I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I'm thinking to remove Edouard for Jimenez with a free transfer. So that is what I'm thinking to do, and this is how my team would look like. And I will bench. I don't really want to bench Cancelo, to be honest with you, but might have to for this game, for this game week. You know, there's De Gea, Koné, and Bowen. So the team actually looks good moving forward. You know, I got decent double game week players. There's a lot of players that I covered. Yeah, hopefully that. Arsenal will get a double. If that's the case, I can start removing my midfielders and start bringing more double game week players. And for game week 29, as you can see, I got a decent team. I got the Arsenal players that is doubling. I got Liverpool players that is doubling, which I'm going to be captaining Salah. And this is a fixture. This is a game week where I could use my bench boost. You know, there's better fixtures for my FPL team, and I could start removing players and bringing more double game week players. So, yeah, we'll see. I think in game week 28, I would like to probably bring in maybe Ward-Prowse. Yeah, something like that. So let's just have a look if I can actually do that, because I think that might not be a possibility, but we'll have to see. Yeah, so I have to see if I can catch his price rises and stuff and see if I can bring him in. Maybe I'll just have to remove Bowen and bring in Ward-Prowse, and then I'll have another double game week player and bench one of the players. But then who I'm going to bench, that's the problem, right? So we'll see what happens. There might be some injuries that I need to sort out. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining. I hope that this video has helped you guys out. Yeah, subscribe if you're new and drop a like on the video, as it will help my channel out a lot. Thank you so much for joining, guys, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.